Good morning, first graders. How is everybody? Welcome back to English class. Today is Monday, April 6th, 2020, and we are beginning Unit 4, Lesson 16. So we are going to begin this lesson just like we do all of our other ones with our spelling and sight words. So we're going to start with, and phonics. We'll begin with the phonics. And here's the question of the week. What do astronauts do? We're not going to focus too much on this because we have a short week, but we will talk about it a little bit. What do astronauts do? So this week we are going to be studying the long O sound as in go, right? 2 weeks ago, we did the long A sound and all the different ways that you can spell words with the long A sound. Last week, we did the long I sound. This week, we are working on the long O sound, and we'll talk about the long U a little bit later in the week. So there are various ways that you can make the long O sound. One of those ways is just simply using the letter O by itself. And I want to show you with these words how you can use it at the beginning of the word, at the middle of the word, and in the end of the word. So the first word we have here is omit, right? Omit. That means to leave something out. And you see we have the long O right at the beginning of the word. Next, we have bonus, and you hear the O. Long O sounds like the letter itself. O, bonus. That's in the middle, and the word so is at the end of the word. Okay, so the next one that we have is O consonant E, right? That line underneath stands for consonant. So O consonant E, we have ode, and ode is a song, pole, and stone, right? So you see O consonant D is E, O consonant is L, E, O consonant is N, E. You guys get the point, right? Next we have OA. OA also makes the long O sound. So we have oat, like oatmeal, toad, and coach. So you hear the long O in each of those. Then we have OW. Now, OW doesn't always sound like the long O sound, but it can and it often does. So when you have a word like cow, cow is C-O-W. The O-W in cow does not sound like the long O. It's not a co, right? It's a cow. But usually the O-W sounds like an O. So in this one, we have tow, T-O-W, and this tow is like a tow truck. It means to pull. Below and snow. Okay, they each have the O-W at the end, and they all sound like O. Next, we have consonant O-E. Consonant O-E. So in this one, we have toe. We have toe again. It's spelled differently. T-O-E sounds the same. Here they are next to each other. T-O-W, tow truck. T-O-E, the toe on your foot. The next one is foe. Foe. A foe is an enemy. If you've ever heard friend or foe, friend is a friend. A foe is an enemy. And the last one is dough, D-O-E. Now, this is not pizza dough. It is not cookie dough. That's spelled, that kind of dough is D-O-U-G-H. We'll do that another time. This dough, D-O-E, is a female deer. Okay, so if you've heard the song, I think you were singing it in Spanish, but in English, where it says, doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, right? That doe, a deer, a female deer, that's this doe. So if you can't remember what it means, think of the song, doe, a deer, it's a deer. A female deer, it's a female deer. All right, so I try to add some words in here like omit and ode and foe and doe, just to give you some new vocabulary while we're doing our phonics. Okay, so the first spelling word is sew. And this sew is not the sew, like to sew with a needle and thread. This sew is more like, I forgot to eat lunch, so I am hungry. Okay, number 2 is go. So far, these are pretty easy. Number 3, home. 4, whole. And this, that number 4, that hole is a hole like a hole in the ground. It is not whole like, oh, I want the whole cake all to myself. Whole meaning the entire thing is W-H-O-L-E. This hole, H-O-L-E, is the hole in the ground, or a hole in your sweater. If you got it stuck on something and you got a hole, that's H-O-L-E. Number 5, no. Again, another easy one. And this no, of course, is no, the opposite or antonym of yes, right? Not no like, oh, I know that, and you guys know this, is K-N-O-W. Those homonyms. Number 6 is rope. 7 is joke. 8 is bone, stove, poke, chose, and wrote. Okay, so let me see. Chose, number 11. Chose is the past tense of choose, right? Choose is spelled the same way, but it has 2 O's, C-H-O-O-S-E. I will choose my favorite color. In the past tense, yesterday, I chose my favorite color. And number 12, wrote, is the past tense of write, meaning to write a letter or to write a sentence. Okay, so if you notice, all of our spelling words have the long O sound. We're only going to look at the words here that have the silent E at the end. So the silent E with O words works the same as it did with A and I words. It changes the vowel sound to the long sound. So let's look at the first one. Everybody, you read this. What is the word? You tell me out loud. Rob, right? Rob, and if we add a silent E, it changes to, you tell me, robe, okay? Totally different meaning. Rob means to steal something. Robe is what you could wear over your pajamas if you are cold. Okay, number 2, everybody read that one. It is rod. A rod is a pole, like a fishing pole. If we add a silent E to the end, it becomes rode, right? I rode my bike yesterday. Next one is not. If we add a silent E, it becomes note, right? The ah sound to the O sound, not to note. That could be a note that you write or a music note. And the last one is hop, right? The bunnies hop. And if we add a silent E, it becomes hope, hope. The ah changes to O, hop to hope. All right, now it is time for high frequency words. We have 8 of them this week. Let's read these sentences together. Can you please read them out loud? I'll read them, you read them out loud along with me. So number 1 here is think. What do you think space is like? Think. Make sure you start it with TH, not just T, and that it ends only with K, not CK. Think, T-H-I-N-K. Number 2 is bring. Spaceships can bring astronauts to space. Everybody did pretty well with bring. Number 3, before. This was tricky for, I think, everyone. Astronauts practice flying before their trip. Now, before, a lot of people spelled this B-E-F-O-R, and they didn't include the E at the end, which makes sense because when we just spell for, like here, this is for you, it's F-O-R. So it's very natural not to write an E, but we have to remember that when it's before, we need to add an E, a silent E to the end. Number 4 is light. This was also tricky for everybody. People feel very light floating in space. Light is L-I-G-H-T. Okay, number 5 is because. Because. Astronauts like to jump because it is fun. I've been waiting to get to this word because it's so common and a lot of people have a tough time. So be is like be. I want to be an astronaut, B-E. And then we have Cause, like cause and effect. C-A-U-S-E, because. Number 6 is carry. A lot of you spelled it with one R. Some people spelled it with a K in the beginning. Carry is C-A-R-R-Y. We need to remember 2 R's. Astronauts carry tools to work with. Number 7 is show. Pictures show us what the moon is like. And number 8 is around. You can see clouds all around Earth. And that is just like the, it's just like round, like a ball is round. And we've simply add an A to the beginning, around. Great, so let's look at them one more time. Our high frequency words, you read them out loud with me. Number 1, think. 2, bring. 3, before. Are you reading them out loud? I hope so. Number 4, light. 5, because. 6, carry. 7, show. 8, around. Great. So now it is time for your notebooks. And when I say notebooks, I mean these notebooks, right? Everybody please go and get your notebooks. You can pause this screen, go get your notebook, and come back. Okay, so everybody should be back with their notebooks. Please open your notebooks to the last page that you wrote on. This is not his last page, but it should be lesson 15, okay? Then you are going to flip to the next page. Remember, leave 2 blank pages. Leave this blank and then flip again. And this is where you start writing your lesson 16 words. Please follow the way we do it in class and make sure that you write on the left page, you write your spelling words, and on the right page, you write your high frequency words, right? They don't all go on one side. It's spelling words on the left, high frequency words on the right. Please skip lines, right? We're going to write number 1, skip a line number 2, skip a line number 3. Usually we have 8 spelling words, 8 high frequency words. Starting this week, we have 12 spelling words and 8 high frequency words. And what is 12 plus 8? 12 plus 8 equals 20. So now we have 20 words total. As long as you start at the top, even if you skip lines, you can fit all 12 words. I counted it out. Okay? So let's get to the words. So you're going to write on the top spelling words number 16, and remember to skip lines. I can't skip lines on here because I would never have enough room, but you skip lines in your notebook. And then on the right page, high frequency words number 16, like we just discussed. We don't need to read the words again. I think that you guys got this. So you can get to it as soon as you are done writing in your lists and your notebooks. You are going to do start your new workbooks. So we are now on the second workbook. This is, I don't know if you can see that, volume 2. Okay, so make sure that you get the new workbook that says volume 2. And we're starting from the beginning. So you are actually going to do page 1 today. So you will do pages 1 through 4. When we say through, it means everything included in between. So 1 through 4 means 1, 2, 3, and 4. Page 10 and page 13. They all have to do with the words that you learned today. Okay, so that is it. I will put some of the sight words on the Lilo in case you are done with your work. You can go and practice some sight words on the Lilo, okay? And other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, make sure you pause the screen, okay? Hit the space bar, hit the pause button, whatever it is, so that you could write this in your notebooks, all right? I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.